And we're back again with another anime review from your friend, your favorite cat girl boy, Otakunofuji. Today's review is Seitokai Yakuindomo, a fun slice-of-life high school comedy full of dirty jokes and nonsense. This review covers the entire series, which is 2 seasons and 2 movies currently, where the first season is undoubtedly the best, but it's all pretty entertaining. I'd say overall it's a solid 8 out of 10. As always, if you like this video or any of our other content, please like and subscribe. Seitokai Yakuindomo is a filthy, dirty joke comedy show with only a little fan service and no nudity to speak of, but lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of dirty jokes and innuendos and visual gags. The show is about a guy that attends a school that used to be girls only, but is going co-ed for the first time. He signs up for the school mostly because it's close to home, and because a school with 95% girls sounds like a good time, but he immediately gets recruited to join the student council as its first and only male member. It sounds like a fun harem comedy setup or something, but here's the twist. Almost all the girls in this school, and girls at other schools it turns out in season 2, are closet weirdo fetish perverts with no filters who just say whatever dirty things are on their minds. So instead of a show about a guy being surrounded by hot girls and perving out, like every other late-night anime show, Seitokai Yakuindomo is about a guy being the quote-unquote straight man, while most of the girls around him are constantly making lewd jokes and talking about their various holes and fluids with absolutely no shame. It's freaking hilarious just how dirty the conversations can get. It's also kind of tiresome though. They just bombard you with filthy jokes until they kind of lose all relevance because it's so predictable. It's definitely more appealing and funnier and less gross to have the girls be the pervy ones for once. But hearing, for example, busty rich girl Arya talk about putting stuff up her butt, or her maid wanting to drink her bath water and eat her panties, or their teacher lusting after high school boys constantly, definitely gets old. Some of the humor does come from the total ignorance about boys and lack of actual sexual experience from the girls. They seem to think boys just have boners constantly and jerk off 20 times a day. But that gets old after a while too. The weird thing about Seitokai Yakuindomo is that you start to look forward to the normal slice of life and school stuff more than the pervy joke setups after a while. But the show is still just as good and entertaining and fun to watch. The pervy jokes are definitely the initial appeal because of how frequent and how shocking and how frequently shocking they are. But as you get to know the 4 main characters on the student council, as well as the multitude of supporting characters surrounding them, you really can't help but fall in love with the full package of the entire show. It's a genuinely solid high school slice of life show that also has dirty jokes, rather than just a dirty joke show using high school as a backdrop, like it seems to be at first. One thing I want to touch on is why I like Season 1 so much more than Season 2. Season 2 introduces quite a few new supporting characters, all of whom spew dirty jokes just as much as the main cast. But it all gets really repetitive really quickly, even more so than it did in Season 1. There's also a recurring gag about the male main character, a misunderstanding about dried squid and spilled yogurt, and a fake butt sex toy that is super predictable, isn't funny, and is overused to the point of absolutely killing the joke and burying it in the yard and then setting the yard on fire. The second season is also more censored, seemingly more for comedy reasons than anything, which I kind of get because beeping out swear words is funny. But that is kind of jarring after the first season, which was a little more freewheeling. Season 2 is still entertaining, but it feels like it rapidly loses momentum compared to the first season. Part of why I wanted to talk about Seitokai Yakuindomo in general is that it feels like a show most anime fans in the West don't really know about. The anime has had 2 full seasons, plus a bunch of OVA episodes, plus 2 movies and counting. And the weekly 4-panel manga it's based on has been running since 2007. So it's clearly been popular enough in Japan to keep chugging along all this time. Perhaps Western audiences are confused by the title, or more likely, the dirty joke subject matter makes mainstream anime fans uncomfortable so no one wants to talk about it. It also might just be straight up too crude, so normal people just can't stomach to watch it. I'm not a prude and I think most things are funny though, so I dig it. But no shame if it's too much for you. If you do want to watch it, and I recommend that you do at least watch the first season, you can stream both seasons plus the movies on High Dive. Seitokai Yakuindomo is just a fun show overall with some pretty shocking jokes and references, but it also has some solid characters that keep you engaged, even when the bombardment of dirty jokes starts to lose its luster. At least there are actual jokes with punchlines here, and not just screaming naughty words like in Shimonetta. Anyway, that's Seitokai Yakuindomo. A fun, dirty comedy you should definitely check out. Thanks a lot for watching! We're having a great time doing anime stuff, so expect more anime reviews, top lists, tier lists, lewd anime video games, and much more. Please like and subscribe.